Good morning, champions. Before we go any further, I want you to turn to someone near you, look them in the eye, and say, "You were not born to be ordinary." Go ahead, say it with boldness. You were not born to be ordinary. Now look back at me. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about this. What if your greatest failure was never meant to break you, but to build you into someone the world has never seen before? Just pause. What if the doors that slammed in your face weren't rejection, but redirection? What if that moment you cried in silence when nobody clapped, nobody called, and nobody believed in you, was the exact moment heaven marked you as a future champion? You see, we've been trained to fear failure, conditioned to hide it, ashamed to talk about it, but I came to tell someone today, failure is not your enemy. It might just be your launching pad. What if your failure is the forge where your crown is being molded? I know that's not what most people teach, but today I'm going to flip your perspective, and by the time we're done, you won't just endure failure, you'll thank God for it. So lean in, engage your heart. And don't leave early, because the answer to what you're going through might be hidden in the very place you've been trying to run from. Are you ready? Let's go. When you fall, your vision is tested. Was it just a wish, or was it divine conviction? Real vision is not destroyed by failure. It is clarified by it. Think of Thomas Edison. Over 1,000 failed attempts to invent the light bulb, and yet he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10 zero ways that won't work." His vision illuminated the world because failure purified it. Failure strips away distractions. It shows you if your desire is rooted in ego or purpose. If your vision dies after failure, it wasn't strong enough to begin with. But if it ignites a deeper fire, you're on the path to becoming an interstellar champion. You don't build strength by comfort. You build it by resistance. Failure is God's gym. Every setback is a weight you lift. Every rejection, a repetition. Every no conditions your spirit to be unbreakable. Champions like Nelson Mandela didn't become legends in easy seasons. Mandela spent 27 years in prison, where many dreams die, but instead his dream matured. Resilience was forged in the silence, in the chains, in the nights of seeming nothingness. If you are failing, you are not falling behind. You're lifting. Keep pressing. Entitlement is a silent killer of greatness. It tells you that talent is enough, that charisma can carry you, that gifting should open every door. But failure humbles you. It removes pride so that purpose can rise. God never gives global assignments to people who think they deserve everything. He gives it to those who are willing to grow through everything. When Joseph was thrown in a pit, sold as a slave, and falsely imprisoned, he was being stripped of entitlement. By the time he became prime minister, he had been emptied of pride and filled with perspective. Some people are curious about greatness, but others are committed. Failure exposes the difference. Curious people leave after the first storm. Committed people build ships that can survive hurricanes. Champions don't flirt with purpose. They marry it, fight for it, and die with it if necessary. If your calling is to lead, influence, build, or transform, failure will be your test. Your scars will separate you from those who only talk about destiny. You can't lead interstellar movements with weak character. You must be tested in secret before you are trusted in public. Failure exposes impatience, pride, fear, and insecurity, not to destroy you, but to heal you. David failed. He committed sin, made mistakes, but he also repented, grew, and returned to God's heart. God did not cancel David. He refined him. That's why David wasn't just king. He became a man after God's own heart. Character is not built in applause, but in ashes. People follow authenticity, not perfection. Failure gives you compassion. It connects you with the broken, the weary, the ashamed. That's why real champions don't judge. They lift. Your scars become someone else's survival guide. Your story becomes the medicine for someone else's wound. The best counselors, leaders, and healers have bled in the areas they now minister. A teacher who's never failed can't relate. A leader who's never lost can't empathize. Failure makes your impact real. Sometimes failure is not a punishment, it's a redirection. What you thought was the right door wasn't the right door, it was just a door. Failure shuts it, so that God can guide you to the precise one. Paul tried to preach in Asia, but the Spirit prevented him. It seemed like failure, but it led him to Macedonia, where revival broke out. Don't mistake divine detours for denial. Failure says, "This isn't it." Purpose says, "Let me show you what is." Your destiny is not earthbound. You are not just building a brand. You are establishing a legacy. Interstellar champions don't live for applause. They live for eternal impact. Failure sobers you. It teaches you that success without purpose is vanity. When you fail, it strips you of earthly validation so that you hunger for heavenly affirmation. And in that moment you become dangerous, because now you are no longer performing, you are becoming. Every great leader in Scripture failed. Moses, Peter, Elijah, Jonah. Yet their failures became fuel for eternal movements. Failure does not mean God is absent. It means God is present, refining, redirecting, and preparing you. The womb of greatness is not comfort, it is crushing. So if you are failing, don't quit. You are being built. You are being proven. You are being purified. You are not a casualty. You are an interstellar champion in the making, and your failure is just the forge where your crown is being shaped.